Hello everyone, welcome to my critical assignments. I'd like to talk about HR 12, Women's Health Protection Act of 2023. Actually, this policy is still currently making its way through the US legislative process. I want to have some discussions with you. The Women's Health Protection Act of 2023 is a legislative measure aimed at safeguarding and restating women's rights to avail themselves of abortion service. The legislation was created to prevent limitation on the availability and accessibility of abortion service across every level of government. In 2022, the Supreme Court reversed the ruling made in Roe v. Wade, thereby transferring the authority to regulate abortion rights to individual states. Consequently, numerous states swiftly implemented stringent abortion prohibitions and limitations. These limitations encompass but are not restricted to imposing obligatory waiting times, mandating ultrasounds, prohibiting certain abortion methods, and constraining abortion service through telemedicine. Due to these limitations, numerous women encounter substantial obstacles while attempting to obtain abortion service, resulting in some resorting to unsafe abortions or being compelled to proceed with unintended pregnancies, so potentially jeopardizing their bodily and mental well-being. The primary population that will be impacted by this legislation consists mainly of females. This bill specifically targets women who require an abortion. Poor women who are experiencing financial hardship face more challenges in accessing abortion service, resulting in an unfair effect on them. It is widely recognized that women belonging to minority groups often encounter greater economic and social obstacles. Furthermore, the bill would also affect medical professionals who would be responsible for delivering their medical services. There is a strong correlation between the availability of abortion service and the woman's health. Intentionally, abortion services have a significant impact on the physical and mental well-being of women. Research has demonstrated that lawful and secure abortion is among the most secure medical procedures. Conversely, restricting abortion services may force women to seek unsafe abortions, which can increase the risk of complications. Moreover, compelling women to proceed with undesired pregnancies can result in severe physiological issues such as sadness and anxiety. Restrictions on access to abortion services can impose substantial financial burdens on women, in addition to affecting their medical and mental well-being. This particularly applies to economically disadvantaged women who lack the financial means to access abortion services in different states. Failure to pass HR 12 will adversely affect public health and social justice in the United States. Public health problem, it will likely happen that a greater number of women will turn to unsafe abortions, leading to an escalation in the incidence of illness and mortality among women, so worsening the public health safety problem. Increased disparity. Females residing in the states with prohibitions or serve limitations on abortion services would encounter increased obstacles in obtaining health care. This will worsen health disparities. Mental health issues. Numerous women may be compelled to have trialed both in such conditions, which will significantly impair their long-term well-being and overall quality of life. Okay, let's take a look at the overview of the bill. The name of the bill is the Women's Health Protection Act of 2023. Number is HR 12. The other is California Representative Judy Chu. I'd love to talk about some specific provisions with you. The first one is using particular abortion procedures or drugs. This means medical providers may choose the most appropriate ways to provide abortion service to their patients based on medical needs. The second is offering abortion service via telemedicine. Women can still access safe abortion service without having to physically travel to a medical facility. The last one is immediately providing abortion service if delaying risks in the patient's health. In emergencies, women are able to access necessary medical care in a timely manner. So I made a chart to show the current status of the bill. We can see that on April 7, 2023, the bill has been referred to the Subcommittee on Health, which is action by the Committee on Energy and Commerce. So, like I mentioned before, this bill is still making its way through the U.S. legislative process. Let's move to the next part, expected outcomes. HR 12 have been supported by many progressives, women's rights organizations, and health rights advocates after being sponsored by the Democratic Congresswoman Judy Chu. The supporters of the bill believe that its passage would effectively achieve the desired outcomes from two aspects. The first one is it can increase the availability of abortion service. Expanding the availability of abortion services via telemedicine can benefit women residing in geographically isolated regions. Besides, it can protect the rights pertaining to the production. The legislation would make sure that women would have unrestricted access to abortion prior to the point at which the fetus is capable of independent survival. Here are some outcomes after the bill passages. The first one may be the reduced medical risks. As we all know, women will be able to choose the right type of abortion and have to access in the event of an emergency after the bill's passage. So this will help reduce the medical risk and the complications, which can reduce the medical risks. Also, it can improve women's overall health by reducing illegal abortions and related health complications due to restrictive laws. Women's overall health can be improved. Here are some possible channels that can reach out to the public. The first one is social media. So, utilize social media platforms like Twitter, Facebook, or Instagram to raise public awareness and disseminate the reasons for supporting the bill and its intended effects. Besides, uh, we can use traditional media to organize press conferences and give interviews to gain wide media coverage. Also, public events can be considered organized like organizing seminars to attract attention of public and legislators, which are all good communication channels to reach out the public. So who is for the bill? I think it's a very interesting question. So in my opinion, it is the responsibility of government and insurance company to cover the expense if the bill's passage. Once the measure is approved, the government might be required to bear the additional expense associated with healthcare service. Private insurance companies may be required to modify their insurance plans to provide a broader range of reproductive health care. Here are some problems the bill has to face to. So let's talk about who is against the HR 12. Many anti-abortion organizations, the American Life League, and the Ethics and Religious Liberty Commission strongly oppose the bill. I mean, through the extensive lobbying, these organizations organize public events in an attempt to pursue the public and the legislature to support restrictive abortion laws. So the ERLC makes the point that the South Baptist believes that every life is worthy of protection, beginning with the unborn. Further, they believe that the abortion is not health care and is not only the violation of God's image, but also an irreparable help to a vulnerable life. The unintended consequences must be taken into consideration. The implementation of HR 12 may result in unforeseen repercussions. The first one is intensification of cultural conflict. This legislation would intensify the division of public sentiment and worsen the cultural clash surrounding the issue of abortion rights. This would worsen the social divisions and have a greater political influence. Besides, here's a demand for the redistribution of healthcare resources. With the rising demand for abortion services, there is a redistribution of healthcare resources, potentially leading to heightened strain on the healthcare system. Lastly, there may be a rise in the cost of abortion service, as the demand for abortion service puts more strain on the healthcare system. Healthcare providers may raise the prices of these procedures. This can lead to further decrease in the ability of low-income women to manage the financial expense. Okay, finally, let's move to the last part, recommendation. Based on the research, I'd like to offer two suggestions for the bill. The first one, based on the research, I found that the standard of care and security of abortion services is closely related to the profession of medical practitioners. Hence, it is important for situations and organizations to enhance the education and training of medical professionals about abortion services in order to assure their ability to deliver secure services. that adhere to the most updated medical standards. Besides, my second recommendation is that based on the research, I found that the low-income women face the significant financial obstacle that prevent from accessing abortion services. So it is vital for both the federal and state government to prioritize providing financial assistance economically disadvantaged women, as this can effectively address the issue at its core. There are several opportunities available for me to participate in to provide support for the bill, including community mobilization and contacting legislators to show my support. I can share knowledge to the public regarding the significance of the bill and the prospective advantage it holds for women's health by utilizing social media platforms or by actively participating in educational events as a volunteer. In addition, I can demonstrate my endorsement of the policy by composing correspondence to legislators or engaging in direct personal communication. Okay, last but not least, this is my reference page. So thank you for your patience to watch and listen. Have a good day.